Hi, I'm Charlotte. I work with the academic team here at Little Hall, and I'm here in the Academic Commons, where students can come and study socially together. Being a student at the University of Melbourne is an amazing opportunity. You're here with some of the world's most brilliant minds, and it's your time to shine with them. Sometimes being in a place like UniMelb can feel a little bit overwhelming. Little Hall students have been there and are ready to help.
What I wish I know, I think more about academic writing and reporting, because it's kind of different with my country before, especially since I came from different background. I used to study science and now I have to study business, which is totally a different thing. And I really wish I prepared myself more about how the expectations looks like here.
Some of the things that surprised me when I became a student at UniMelb. Probably how independent you have to be when it comes to studying and learning. You have to really go home after a lecture and just reconsolidate everything that was covered on your own. And sometimes that can be very, very hard, especially when you're not self-motivated. So I think it takes a lot of discipline to do well and to be self-driven. But I think what has been really helpful for me is studying in groups and making friends with people in my class so that we can kind of motivate each other and ask each other questions.
So there are two things that I would have liked to know about the university when I first arrived. One was definitely the clubs. So I really wanted to be in those high positions in clubs because that's just who I am. And I should have gone to clubs a bit earlier in my, when I first came to university. Because, first off, it's a really good way to connect to people. And other than that, it's a really good way to progress your, hopefully if you're into careers, hopefully progress your career development because of the people you make, the people you meet there. And it's really a good way to start early connections. Other than that, I would recommend, or I would advise you to go to Stop 1 often. And don't be afraid to go to Stop 1. They're here to help you, and make sure you know what they can help you with. I had a lot of issues with my timetable, and they're able to help me immediately. And just don't be afraid to ask.
When I moved here, the independence of it all, the newfound independence was quite shocking. My parents weren't here to tell me what to do or how to manage my time, which is a really big one as well, or go to classes. I would sleep in and miss lectures, which was a big mistake because that bit me in the ass during exams. So go to lecture, guys. It's really important. And just time management and just the independence of it all was a bit, but now I recommend having everything on your phone, like your calendar, set alarms about what you want to do, and just also find friends in your classes so they keep you motivated. And they remind you when the assignments are due, and you just need a person to study with to keep you motivated.
Little Hall is a place where you can explore what it means to be a student at the University of Melbourne. At your fingertips, you have access to enrichment opportunities, academic support, networking events, and ideas and people that you may never have even thought about before. The University of Melbourne is a big institution. Our job as the academic team here at Little Hall is to help act as translators for the university's policies and procedures and help you to make the best informed choices you can as a student while you're here. One of the first challenges you'll be navigating as a student here at UniMelb is the course handbook and the enrolment process.
So the students should use the handbook to select their subject. So it will have information like how many assessments, what type of assessments, what the weightings are. It'll have the census date of when you have to, be enrolled by, or the last date to withdraw. And it'll also have a little bit of a description of what the subject is about. So it gives you a kind of good feeling of what you're going to be required to do and if that will fit in with your study plan. Some people like to choose some subjects that aren't so essay heavy, some like ones that aren't so exam heavy. So it'll give you all that kind of information as well as the actual content.
So my biggest piece of advice is to ensure that you read a lot about what subjects you want to do and what subjects you want to do in the future. Because a lot of subjects have prerequisites and you have to ensure that you do these prerequisites before applying for these subjects. So I know a lot of people who did their enrollment incorrectly or in the incorrect order. and had problems later along the lines. So please read your handbooks and make sure you apply to the right subjects at the right time. Step 1 can help you.
I would suggest you to think twice before you choose your subjects and before your enrollment. If you enroll the wrong subjects, it will cost you a very big price, to be honest.
Your lecturers and tutors will communicate with you via a platform known as Canvas or the LMS. You can access this on the My UniMelb portal.
Back in my home country, the kind of lecturing is different here. In my country, we were given things like we can just straight away understand the materials and stuff. But here, we are expected to learn independently. We have to ask questions if we don't understand. And also, what I really like from here is how we use a lot of study case to understand better, and that's really helpful because before or when you're studying here, that's a really good advice that I want to tell you is that you have to really understand the application of the materials, like not just imagine it or for the sake of, just to understand the theory and stuff, but here is more practical, so you can imply that theory into practical lives.
Generally, there's 4 formats that you're going to hear your lessons or your information at university. The lecture is the mainstay of the program. So this is what people mostly expect at a university, which is a large group. So there could be 200 or 300 in the room. It's not particularly interactive. The lecturer is at the front of the room and will give you a lecture on the particular materials that you're going to be looking at during that week. A seminar is a less formal lecture, so it's going to be a smaller group, still largish, around 50-ish, maybe sitting down. There may be some interactive interplay between the teacher and the group. We have the tutorials. The tutorials are really the key to success at the university because the tutorials are where you have much smaller groups, usually less than 20, and you have an expert with you, a tutor who will help you unpack or understand what was explained to you in the lecture, because you don't get much interactivity, particularly in the lecture, but sometimes in seminars as well. So this gives you the chance to explore some of the things you didn't understand, and sometimes you might be given a little activity you have prepared beforehand in order to sort of get the most out of it, but also to discover what it is that you're not understanding at this point. So, and then a workshop, which is a more intensive version of a tutorial, and that usually is something where there's going to be some work done. A lot of the sciences and usually maths will have workshops where you'll be working through exercises, and there'll be tutors and lecturers walking around and assisting people. So that's a much more active, practical application of the knowledge.
Enrollment and timetabling, man, those two are things trust me, every single UniMelb student dreads enrolling and timetabling every single semester. They are very overwhelming, so that is why my 2 biggest tips for everybody is don't leave it to the last minute and don't do it in one day, because it is too big of a job to do in one day and to do in the span of 3 hours before the deadline closes. Enrollment, use My Course Planner. Type in My Course Planner on Google. It's like the UniMelb one. It is so good. It is very easy to use, and it helps you kind of visualize the timeline of your degree and the subjects that you'll be doing each semester. And it has direct links to the subject handbook, so you can see the assessment details, you can see the descriptions, stuff like that, all from that one website, which is super convenient.
So when I first came to university, I was quite determined to wake up early every day. So I set all my lectures to 8 a.m. and all my tutorials to 8 a.m. which was, in hindsight, quite a bad move, because you have to really look at yourself. Knowing myself personally, I do like my rest, and I like to wake up late, sort of around 9 o'clock. So it tends to be quite counterproductive waking up so early and going to a lecture half awake. So my best advice for managing time would be to, work around your own schedule. If you're an early person, set your lecture times to earlier. But if you're not, it's fine. You know, tailor your timetable to around what you're best at or what your needs are.
Making sure that your second, third, and fourth preferences in your timetabling are preferences that you're okay with, because, okay, if I'm gonna be honest, like, majority of the time you're not gonna get your first preferences. So yeah, make sure you're okay with your second, third, and fourth preferences, because you might end up with those things. I also personally, this is just more of a personal preference, but I like to timetable so that I have 2 days off of uni, 2 or 3 days off of uni, and I have all my classes on like packed onto like 1 or 2 days, just so that it allows me to do extracurriculars, it allows me to do other commitments and like working as well.
Sometimes life gets in the way of you being able to complete your university stuff, like a short illness or a specialised learning need. The university has policies and procedures to help you navigate this, and it's really important that you know them, especially because they might be different from where you've come from previously.
So special consideration is when something's come up that's prevented you from completing a task or being able to complete a task. That's usually something unexpected that it will only affect you for up to 6 weeks. So the ongoing special consideration, or what we call academic support plans, are for students who have something that's going to affect their ability to get their work done on time, or in a timely fashion. And that's going to be something it's ongoing. It's more than 6 weeks. It's something that they are going to be dealing with for the entire semester, and it is predicted, and we already know about it. So the process for that is, again, applying through Stop 1. You will need, in both cases, a form called the HPR form, where a health professional will fill that out and support it. For the ongoing special consideration, you need to get your normal health practitioner that's been looking after you with this particular condition, perhaps that's going to affect your performance, to fill that in, and you provide all that material, make an appointment, and then you speak with one of the people at the at SEDS, that's the special, the unit that actually organises these academic adjustment plans, and they will kind of determine what kind of extra help or extra time that you'll be given. One of the things, if you are going to one of these meetings to organise your ongoing special consideration, you need to be aware of what you want to ask for. Do you need extra time? Do you need to be doing your exam in a quiet room? All kinds of things like that. So if you are going to go to one of those meetings, do come down and talk to Anthony, Charlotte or myself, and we'll help you work out what it is that you think you'll need, because you need to bring that along to the meeting and let them know what you feel will be helpful to you.
The University of Melbourne is a top-ranking institution and can feel a little overwhelming for some, particularly if English is not your first language. Don't worry though, there is help available here at Little Hall to help you reach your potential.
Yeah, I do have it, especially like among my group of friends. Like, they're so smart and they just understand directly about the subjects and everything. Well, me, I need like sometimes to process first before jumping in. I used to question myself, like, am I doing the right thing to study here? But turn out, like, I learned from my mistakes, and like, I chose not to compare myself to the people, but instead like ask them like, what should I do and to improve. And so I also ask help from people, and it really helped me to understand more. And I came up to a conclusion that I'm doing enough. I just need like different time with other people. Yeah.
I wrote a couple of essays in high school, but the uni style of citations or your references was quite different, because we use a different one back home. So that was a bit new, and I lost a lot of marks because of my wrong style of citing, which was kind of stupid in hindsight. But there are a lot of workshops here at Little Hall that help you with that, and I recommend checking them out. Also, time management again, guys. Just don't do what I did. Be the change you want to see.
Well, find the academic supporting teams here at Little Hall. They're always very helpful, but actually what you have to do is always to prepare your question properly, and always to highlight your your concerns. That's the main point.
Little whole tutorials. They have saved me so much time and so much stress, and they've been so incredibly helpful. And yeah, like when you start to frequent those tutorials a little bit more, you know, you get a little group of people going and you start to see familiar faces every single week. It's just pretty nice, like, and it's very, very motivating for sure.
Okay, so the tutorial program at Little Hall is more around academic support. It's a kind of thing that will help support and extend what you might be doing over at university. It's not a replacement for your tutorials at university. Now, I know a lot of university students are very time poor. If you have the choice between, or you think you have to make a choice between Little Hall tutorials and university, you always go to the university tutorials. They are the most important thing for you to attend at the university. So our tutorials are more about groups that are doing the same subjects or the same general areas, that there'll be a tutor there that can give you advice if there's something that you're particularly stuck on, that you can get other people to sort of also share their ideas. So it's more about supporting what you're learning at university rather than adding. It's not a content type of program, it's more about making sure that you're working through the issues that you might have with your subject, but also getting a little bit of support and camaraderie between people that are also studying with you.
You need a support system around you, because in high school you have your parents, your friends, your teachers, and you can create the same environment here. And we have a great staff here to help you. The academic office really helped me when I was struggling initially, and your friends is also a really important thing. So please communicate if you need any help.
Living here at Little Hall is a great place to start thinking about your future. And we have lots of things going on here to get you thinking.
I just start early. That's an important one. Even if you don't know what you want to do, narrow it down and see what paths you might want to take, and look up online, talk to someone in the field, talk to Stop One, know what you need to do. For example, I'm a psychology student and I want to do honors in the future. And even if I need some backup options, if I don't get into the honors program I want to get into, always have backup options, stuff like that. Just talk to people in the field. That's the best advice I can give you. So know the experience of the people who've been before you.
Okay, so we have quite a few different things offering for career development and skills. Firstly, we will do individual advice. You can come and ask us for advice. We'll certainly look at your CVs, we'll audit the CVs, we do mock interviews. If you're preparing for an interview, we can help you with that. We also have what we call career panels, where we'll have experts from a particular career who'll come in and talk to students about their paths, how they got in, and perhaps giving a little bit of advice in terms of what your career path might be. It'll also give you some contacts and network within that career space, which would be fantastic for you going forward. We also do some LinkedIn workshops and are planning on doing some bespoke programs with the Careers and Employability group at the University of Melbourne. We also really encourage you to sort of connect with them. They offer a fantastic service. If you're not sure how to start with them, come and see Anthony, Charlotte and myself in the academic office and we'll point you in the right direction.
Here at Little Hall, you'll have everything you need to succeed here at the University of Melbourne. We can't wait to meet you.
Have any questions? Here are some ways you can get them answered.